Tonight's weekly ritual is dedicated to the memory of Daunte White, who was murdered by Minnesota police officers this week. A white lady said he whistled at her. Those Skittles looked like a gun. He was sleeping in his car at the drive-thru. He maybe tried to use a fake $20 bill. That cell phone looked like a gun. She left her front door open. He had a legal firearm in his car. He was selling loose cigarettes. That pill bottle looked like a gun. He was sitting on his sofa eating ice cream. She failed to signal a lane change. He was just out for a jog. He was selling CDs and DVDs. She was sleeping in her own bed. He was in his grandmother's backyard. They said his toy gun looked like a real gun. Those sandwiches sure looked like a gun. He had an air freshener. Living while black in America should not be a death sentence, but sometimes it is. What's up and welcome back, everybody. You're watching the Weekly Ritual, Ghost Cult's news program, right here on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. GhostCultMag.com is a small business. With that out of the way, let's get into it. In case you missed it, features at Ghost Cult Magazine. We kicked things off on our features this week with the big one. We chatted with Benji Webb, the legend from Skindred and Dub War. He talked all about how he's been keeping busy during the lockdown, new music on the way from both bands, and the upcoming Skindred reissue of Roots Rock Riot. We also talked to Ben and Kay from LA's metallic hardcore band Matriarchs, all about their recent slate of singles, Dead Man, which had an awesome animated video, and their recent cover of Florence and the Machine's Heavy in Your Arms. Good stuff. We also talked to post-metal band Cowpay, all about their recent EP, their creative process, their influences, and much more. We also posted our very first unboxing video. You saw it last week during the ritual, now it's its own video here on YouTube. Our unboxing of Joey Diabolic's DIY but awesome box set. You should check that out. If you're watching this video, don't forget you have 2 more days to win a dope merch bundle from Ghost Cult, Season of Mist Records, and our pals in Rocker's 20-watt Tombstone. Also stay tuned to our social media channels this weekend as we launch a new contest where you can win a pass to watch Korn's global live streaming event next weekend. And now the news rundown. We start this week's news show off with some sad news as we learn that thrash metal legend Tom Hunting of Exodus is battling a form of esophageal cancer. He's upbeat and feels positive that he's going to beat it, and he's already begun his chemotherapy treatments. We are pulling for you, Tom. Exodus, of course, has a new album and tours planned this year, and Tom expects to be there for it. On to some good news. We are seeing the return of tours and festivals. It's going to be slow and it's going to be tough, and there might be some cancellations along the way, but it's great to see these shows get announced. One such show is Punk in the Park in Tempe, Arizona, in a water park. They already have a Punk in the Park California version happening later this year, but this Punk in the Park is going to be led by Pennywise, Face to Face, Strung Out, Good Riddance, H2O, and many more, taking place at Big Surf Water Park in Tempe, Arizona. Later next month. Post-hardcore band Every Time I Die has booked an awesome UK tour for early next year. They recently dropped a bunch of new singles, so hopefully a new album is on the way, although not announced yet. In the meantime, that tour will feature ETID, The Bronx, Sanction, and Jesus Piece. Stoner Doom fans, get hype! The Black Deer Festival has announced also for later this year and will feature Elephant Tree and Orange Goblin and 1968, a bunch of killer doom and stoner and psychedelic bands. Get ready, get hype! Fear Factory dropped a killer new single and video today, Disruptor, with a video and artwork done by Francesco Artisano from All Shall Perish and Light the Torch. Fear Factory's new album, Aggression Continuum, is coming out soon and will be the final album to feature Burton C. Bell on vocals. Black metal legends Emperor have announced a retrospective career live stream later next month. The band is gonna celebrate their entire career with special guests and a deep set list. Based on the strength of Isan's recent live stream performance, this ought to be killer. In more live stream news, Iggy Pop is going to host a very special streaming event, not quite a live stream, but a restream of his 2019 concert series from the prestigious Sydney Opera House He has partnered with Dice.fm, an awesome streaming and ticketing platform, to host this on his 73rd birthday next week, April 21st. Big industry news as Veeps and Live Nation have partnered to equip over 60 new venues with live streaming capabilities. This is huge for medium-sized bands that maybe could not afford to put together a live streaming event or program. This is great news. Of course, Veeps is owned by Benji and Joel Madden of Good Charlotte. They have spent their millions wisely in investing in Veeps and founding this company that is benefiting the whole scene. AC/DC legend Brian Johnson will release his autobiography this coming fall, The Lives of Brian, on HarperCollins Publishing. There's only been one other member of AC/DC with a biography out, and that's Mark Evans, who was only in the band in the late 70s. And so this is really exciting to have a cornerstone member of the band tell his story. Wednesday 13 will release a brand new EP this week. Out today! Necrophase, The Antidote, featuring 2 new covers, one from INXS and one of Gary Newman, and 2 new original songs. The EP also features a duet with Calico Cooper, Alice Cooper's daughter, and the frontwoman of Beasto Blanco. Gojira gets closer and closer to their new release, Fortitude, coming April 30th from Roadrunner Records, and they released a brand new single and a lyric video for their song, Into the Storm. Last week we brought you the story of Kirk Hammett selling his legendary Stratocaster from the iconic One video. That guitar did sell at auction for $112,000. And to top it off, Kirk is now selling one of his infamous Ouija board guitars from the 1990s. You saw him play it in all the videos from Load and Reload and S&M in the late 90s, and now he's selling off one of those guitars. The bidding for that guitar is starting at almost $250,000. Holy crap. Guns N' Roses has continued their Not in This Lifetime video series on YouTube and other social media channels. They shared a series of videos of their live antics since they can't get back on the road till later this year. They shared an awesome set from 2016, including a bunch of deep cuts from Chinese Democracy. New York post-hardcore legends Quicksand dropped an incredible new single, Inversion, their first new song in 3 years since they dropped their Interiors album in 2017. 2021 marks the 40th anniversary of thrash metal legends Anthrax, and the band has hinted in a new interview with Joey Belladonna that they are planning a special live stream event with deep cuts and songs the band has never played live before. Zakk Wylde's Black Label Society is teasing something mysterious and cool. They dropped the visualizer with the background track of Suicide Messiah from their 2005 album Mafia. Maybe it's a live stream announcement, maybe it's a DVD. I don't know what it is, but it looks pretty cool. Find out April 21st. Earlier in 2021, we brought you the news of the CD compilation album from late Deftones bassist Chi Cheng. His poetry project, The Head Up Project, had a live release on CD finally this year, compiling a concert he did promoting his earlier debut poetry album. And now, that compilation album, The Head Up Project, is gonna see a vinyl release. You can pre-order that at the link below. Lamb of God and Jason Allen Butler of Fever 333 shared a quarantine video covering Bad Brains' classic, Eye Against Eye. I don't know if we have the right demographic for this, but if you're interested in the free-form, young adult, pre-teen TV series Cruel Summer, you might have heard a garbage classic during the trailer. That series is coming to Freeform and Hulu soon, and the classic from Garbage is, of course, their 1995 hit, Stupid Girl. French melodic death metalers Akia Bell will be dropping their new album, Ve Victis, next weekend on April 23rd, but in the meantime, Ghost Cult has premiered their brand new single, Pentagram Tattoo. It's also on Bandcamp, where you can pre-order the album and buy merch from the band right now. Neo Thrasher's War Curse, signed currently to Metal Blade's imprint Blacklight Media with a brand new album coming soon, has dropped an awesome cover of Anthrax's 1990s classic, Only. The John Bush era song is awesome and it rips, and War Curse did a very faithful cover, including a cool video which pays homage to the Anthrax clip themselves. It's time to talk about American Idol contestant Casey Bishop again. We talked about her a couple of months ago when she covered Motley Crue and Incubus. Now, she's made it to one of the final rounds of the show this season, and she covered Chris Cornell's Black Hole Sun amazingly. I shit you not. Unbelievable stories you can't make up. This week's I Shit You Not begs the question, how much do you love Rammstein? I love Rammstein a lot, but maybe not as much as $2,000 for a hoodie, or $650 for a shirt, or $800 for a fanny pack. They have partnered with Italian luxury goods maker Balenciaga, hope I said that right, to make a luxury merch line, and it is astronomically expensive, and some of the items have already sold out. So clearly, I have misjudged how much people love Rammstein a lot more than me. Now for a look at who rules its streaming. Metalcore rockers are last night. They have gone Disney. They posted a live stream video on YouTube of them covering theme songs from Disney classics like The Little Mermaid, Frozen, The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Toy Story, Moana, Aladdin, and more. It was sick. Once again, we turn our gaze upon King Crimson legend Robert Fripp and his beautiful wife Toya. This week's Sunday Lunch video edition features heavy metal classic Judas Priest's Breaking the Law. Pretty cool. And now some of the music out for New Music Friday. Amigo the Devil, Born Against, Liars Club, Regime Music Group, August Burns Red, Guardians Sessions, EP, Fearless Records, Betrayal, Disorder Remains, Rising Nemesis, Bewitcher, Cursed Be Thy Kingdom, Century Media Records, Black Orchid Empire, Live in the Studio, EP, Long Branch Records, Bratz, The Lost Tapes, Copenhagen, 1979, High Roller Records, Bushido Code, The Rodin, Upstate Records, Cannibal Corpse, Violence Unimagined, Metal Blade Records, Chain Gang Grave, Cement Mind, self-released, Crown, The End of All Things, Pelagic Records, Darwin, Darwin 3 Unplugged, Origin of the Species, Death Swarm, Forward into Oblivion, FDA Redcots Records, Endseeker, Mount Carcass, Metal Blade Records, Escape the Fate, Chemical Warfare, Better Noise, Greta Van Fleet, The Battle of Garden's Gate, Lava, Republic Records, Hail the Sun, New Age Filth, Equal Vision Records, Hex Vessel, Dawnbreaker re-release, Svart Records, Icon of Sin self-titled, Frontiers, SRL Records, Incarceration, Empiricism EP, Dawnbreed Records, Intonate, Severed Within, Willowtip Records, Iron Flesh, Summoning the Putrid, War Anthem Records, Joe Below, No Control, Inverse Records, Liquid Tension Experiment, LTE3, Inside Out Music, Marty Friedman, Tokyo Jukebox 3, The Players Club, Mascot Records, Mountain Tamer, Live in the Mojave Desert Volume 5, Heavy Psych Sounds Records, Near Omega EP, Helter Skelter Regained Records, Spectral Wound, A Diabolic Thirst, Profound Lore Records, Spirit Mother, Live in the Mojave Desert Volume 3, Heavy Psych Sounds Records, Stoner, Live in the Mojave Desert Volume 4, Heavy Psych Sounds Records, Superlinks, Electric Temple, Dark Essence Records, Tokyo Blade, Night of the Blade re-release, High Roller Records, To the Grave, Epilogue, Unique Leader Records, The Vintage Caravan, Monuments, Napalm Records, While She Sleeps, Sleep Society, Spine Farm Records, Zack Cry, All the Same EP, self-released. And now for a look in our mailbag. This week's mailbag features 2 items, that's right, 2. First off, this awesome trucker hat. You know, you watch the show, you know I love me some trucker hats. I got this one from Floridian hardcore band Prison. We're huge fans of those guys. Hurt is actually the lead single from their 2019 album Still Alive. They put out a bunch of recent singles that are killer, and we are huge fans of their frontman Johnny Crowder and all he does for the community with his outreach and his nonprofit organization. We hope to talk to those guys pretty soon, and hopefully we're going to get some new songs from them too. Also in the mailbag, I finally got my copy of Tales from Nantucket by Pete Inc. Tales from Nantucket is an illustrated book of limericks roasting Donald Trump because he deserves it. This came out on Unknown Controller Records, owned by Paul Koch of High Tone Son of a Bitch. We recently interviewed Pete and Paul here on YouTube in a really interesting discussion about art and politics and music. I'm going to read an excerpt from this right now. Here we go. They spend lots of energy lying, but it seems like they're not even trying to send out one shipment of safety equipment while thousands of people are dying. Awesome shit. Thanks, guys. If you made it to this part of the show, you know what time it is. It's the end. Thanks for watching. We deeply appreciate it. Late show shout out to our man Curtis Dunlop, occasional director and photographer for Ghost Cult. It was his birthday this week. Love you, man. As we say every week at this juncture, it's a tough time in the world. So please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and stay fucking metal.